Don't give my shit away. I'm just trying to get my paper straight, girl. I know I've been away. I'm just trying to get my paper straight.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Hey, Go Gang. Let's jump right into the video. As you guys can see, I am looking a little crusty, but we're going to go ahead and turn these into some jumbo knotless braids, and I'm going to put it up in a ponytail. So let's start off with our parting. We're going to go ahead and part directly across our head horizontally from ear to ear. We're going to go behind the ear to make sure that is even. And then we're going to part down the middle. We're going to make sure that our edges are out. As you guys can see, I rubber band those. And then from there, we're going to part 3 lines. So 3 parts right across the front. And I am adding some edge control around the base of the braid. I make sure that I do all 4 corners of the braid. And making sure that your parts are as neat as possible. If you are doing your own hair, I know it is a little bit harder. So just make sure that you are taking your time and not getting frustrated. And, you know, just adding the parts as neat as possible. Adding your hair as neat as possible. And adding your edge control as neat as you can. And I'm just going ahead and gripping that up into a ponytail, like as if it would be in a ponytail, just to pretty much give myself a structure of my braid so I don't have any flyaways or any wild hairs. So I'm separating the hair into 3 different parts. I try to make them as even as possible. And I'll start the braid just a few twists down the braid. So I'll do it maybe 2 or 3 times before I add my braiding hair. And so now that we're adding the braiding hair, we're going ahead and feeding that in. And we're going to put that in vertically. We're going to pinch the hair and then we're going to braid down 1 and then bring that remaining hair down. So again, braid down 1, add the hair in vertically, pinch that hair, braid down 1, and bring that hair back down again. So I'll do it one more time. So we're going to braid down 1. Pinch that hair vertically. Braid down 1 again. And bring that remaining hair down. And once you do this, I like to add only 3 pieces of hair. I make them thick enough. My hair is really thick on its own, so I really don't use much hair. If I use more hair, my braids would be really, really big. So I like to use only 3 strands of hair. And then I'll go ahead from this point forward and braid the hair down all the way to the end of the braid. Make sure you take your time with this. It's no rush. You can take as long as you need to. The neater you do it, the more you'll like your braids and the longer your braids will last. So for our second row, we're going to go ahead and add 2 braids. So our braid pattern and our parting pattern will be lower bottom 1, second row 2 braids, and then the top part is going to be 3 braids. So I'm just separating that hair and getting it in a ponytail. I like to use rubber bands because I have nails on, and sometimes I tend to grab hair that is outside of the part. So this just helps me to keep those lines and those parts nice and crisp. And then when you're parting your hair, make sure that you're doing a stair step method. So you want to go in between every part. You shouldn't have a part sitting on top of another one. So again, I'm just adding that edge control, and I'm just doing a gripping method after I comb that out, and then I get started on the braiding. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I am in my son's room. He has the best mirror in the house, and it's most comfortable there. So mind your business. And again, I'm just separating, and I'll go through and braid. So when I'm using edge control, I don't know if you guys deal with this, but when I'm using edge control, the waxiness of it, it does what it's supposed to do. But then, it just gives me a white cast. So I don't know what's like some good edge controls. If you guys know some good edge controls to suggest, let me know. I can't do anything with like a gel or anything like that because it makes my hair wavy and it just defeats the whole purpose. And it looks like I haven't straightened my hair or blow dried it, and I don't like that look. So I'm just finishing the last braid of this side of my head, and I am literally going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Oh yeah, and make sure that you are pushing down on those roots. Just to get them flat. You don't want any bulking or anything like that. Your braids don't have to be perfect if you plan on putting them up in a ponytail, as I am, but just try to make them as neat as possible. So now we have our hair parted the exact same way as we did the other side. We have 1, 2, 3, and remember, we're going to do 1 at the very bottom, 2 braids in the second row, and then 3 braids in the top row. So now I'm on the back of the head. I'm starting for the very back. We're going to do a total of 3 rows. And at that very last row in the back, as you can see, I have 3 braids. So we're going to go ahead and do 3 on the first row. The second row, we're going to do 4. And then that last row, we do 3 as well. This is the final look of all the braids, and they did bulge up a little bit in the roots just because I had it up in a ponytail, but that's okay for me because I planned on putting them up in a ponytail from the beginning. But if you don't plan on doing so, try not to put them up in a ponytail. Hey Go Gang, so this is the final look. I hope that you guys enjoy it. This was really quick and easy for me. It took a total of 3 hours. It did take a little bit longer with certain areas because I had to stop. I am a newborn mom. So if you know, you know. Other than that, this is a real quick and easy hairstyle. It's a total of 15 braids, and these are the jumbo knotless. For the hair that I use, I went to my local beauty supply and I used Rua hair. Rua hair, the pack that I get is the 54-inch. It comes with 3 bundles inside each little pack. So I used a full pack and one of the 3 bundles out of the second pack. The packs were $4.49 a piece. And the edge control that I used was the E-bend. So I'll post both of those in the description, and I'll also post both of those here somewhere for you guys to go ahead and see. For the E-bend, I normally get like a white cast when I use any kind of edge control. It doesn't have to just be E-bend. It's any edge control that I use. My hair just doesn't react well. So I don't know if you've seen in the last clip, I used 100% Jamaican castor oil. And for the white cast that I get on my hair, I'll dab that on my roots just to oil my scalp and also to get rid of that white cast. So by day 2 or 3, you won't see it anymore. So if that happens to you, that's a nice hack for you to use. Other than that, I really enjoyed doing this. This is really quick and easy. Let me know if you guys want, future videos like this, and let me know if you use this parting method. I find it to be really easy. I thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.